Workplace diversity has become a major and prominent issue over the past coming years. By 2050, it's estimated that over half the population will be comprised of minorities, according to a Marketing 2300 lecture. Population and workplace is becoming more comprehensive and diverse, and it's coming into play more and more. People and organizations are realizing this as an important issue to address, and if companies do not address it, it causes a negative impact on the company's impression and the company's performance. The increasingly important issue comes with benefits, advantages, disadvantages, and solutions. I will be covering benefits. Advantages will be covered by Angela. Disadvantages will be covered by Jeffrey, and solutions will be covered by Andrew. In a growingly diverse population in a globally immersed business environment, we see that diversity impacts firms in new and exciting ways. It's shown to allow for an increased efficiency, better outcomes, as well as expansion of business horizons. Firstly, such groups have the ability to solve problems more efficiently. According to Klein and Harrison, diverse groups are better equipped to handle problems and make decisions. This means that a business can make their decisions more efficiently with a group of diverse individuals versus a group of like individuals. Tetlock explains this with each individual person having unique peaks based on their unique experiences and other such things. Peaks are not likely to be similar with diverse groups, but are more likely to be similar with like groups. Diverse groups tend to outperform a high-ability group of like individuals, according to Hong and Page. Page also proclaims that diversity leads to better outcomes. We can see this in Barta and Kleiner's study, which analyzed various diversity measures and compared it to those companies' financial performance. Companies who fell in the top quartile for diversity saw a 53% increase on return on equity. That's a very high difference between companies with low diversity and high diversity. We also saw that earnings before interest and taxes was impacted, with higher margins at about 14% with the most diverse of companies. We also saw that innovation was affected by diversity. Forbes' studies explains this as having a plethora of perspectives and ideas, which cultivates an environment for innovation. Harvard study showed that creativity is promoted through multicultural networks. In addition to these benefits, companies can also gain the ability to expand its horizons. Diversity means that you have employees who can communicate with a wider range of customers in diverse markets. A company in Forbes' study with high levels of diversity in their top managers was also able to expand its global network and thus enter new emerging markets. This clearly shows that diversity not only solves problems within a business, but also helps it reach new unrealized goals. Overall, the benefits of diversity in the workplace include being better equipped to handle issues, increased efficiency, and more favorable results, as well as opportunities to expand the business's horizons. As it becomes more prominent, it is clear that embracing diversity in the workplace has many benefits. Along with these benefits, companies are armed with various advantages that are invaluable, which help them stand out and thrive among the competition. Angela will expand on this topic.
As technology spreads globally, many companies are looking for employees who come from different backgrounds and are able to bring new ideals to increase their business and profit. Working around different groups of people, organizations recognize the advantages of promoting diversity in the workplace. Some of the advantages of promoting diversity in the workplace include increased productivity, increased communication, and new ideals. Productivity increases when different people work together. Working with and disagreeing with different people can sometimes get the employee to perform better than if the employee was working with someone similar to themselves. This was noted in an article by Phillips. By increasing productivity, the employee and employer gain a sense of accomplishment. and fulfillment, as well as increased profits. Increased communication is also an important advantage because of the increased global market and language barriers that exist. Organizations can increase their business by hiring people of different cultures that speak different languages. Business is likely to increase when customers feel that an organization is concerned with their needs and they are working with someone who speaks their language. A study done by Forbes shows that diversity in the workplace is the primary reason for new ideals as well as an increase in business. An innovative and new ideal is an important advantage. New ideals increase success in the workplace because it prepares the organization to become more profitable, and it prepares the employee to embrace change in the workplace as well. Although diversity has many great benefits and advantages, diversity can be difficult, and there are many advantages as well. Jeffrey will introduce the disadvantages in the workplace.
Managing diversity in the workplace can be very overwhelming in all departments of a business. The three main disadvantages to diversity in the workplace include recruitment, which is job hiring, workplace benefits, and company accommodations. Employers can feel pressure to increase diversity and hire strictly from diverse groups. This potentially overlooks a qualified candidate. Another disadvantage is the common mandatory diversity training that is required for employers and employees. At first thought, this may seem productive and proactive, but according to Mayu from Cron Demand Media, it sometimes contradicts employee beliefs. Workplace relationships have the potential to become ruined due to the training and misunderstanding of procedures. Forced training may force individuals to accept diversity in their workplace under all conditions without addressing possible problems that employees may feel. This can create tension and negativity between coworkers and management, along with a misunderstanding of the company goal. Company's primary goal should not be to solely increase diversity, according to Green from the University of Florida. If an employee feels bottled up or restricted, this can limit them from expressing individual beliefs and thoughts. Promotions or salary raises is a huge performance incentive in the workplace. According to Green from the University of Florida, promotions and raises should never be based solely on race and culture, but unfortunately it happens all the time in the workplace. When employees don't feel important to the company or the company goal, they can become substantially unproductive and discouraged. Some employees believe that workers from diverse groups have more room for advancement. This thought can ruin employees' morale and confidence going forward. When a company is consistently making accommodations for diverse groups, it becomes extremely difficult to run a productive business and stay on schedule with demand. Examples, according to Mayu, include transferring multiple forms of language, work styles, preferred methods of communication, religious beliefs, and working holidays. Overall, diversity is very important and should be respected. It is also rapidly growing in our workplace. But it can also devastate a company quickly when diversity consumes the workplace. Now we will listen to Andrew on the solutions to diversity in the workplace.
Thank you, Jeffrey. My name is Andrew, and I'm going to talk about the solutions to diversity in the workplace. We've listened to about the benefits, the advantages, and disadvantages in the workplace. Nobody wants to work in a workplace that they feel that they're being marginalized or not accepted, and they don't understand the culture of maybe someone they work with that's from a different culture. In today's marketplace, everyone will be working with people from different cultures. I know myself, I work for a multinational company, and I'm one of the few Americans that actually works in my department, and that's just here in Troy, Michigan. What a article in March 7, 2002 by Famia Haki in the Washington Post. He interviewed Martin Johnson about his book on diversity. And what he talked about was the first thing you need to do is answer a few questions about what the objective of diversity in the workplace is. The questions are as follows. How is it that I see or identify what differences matter and how that affects what I do? Is it a racial, thought, or gender diversity that I need? How do I learn about the differences and what is underneath those labels? How does that help me in the changes I am trying to make? How do I engage these differences? It's about being able to roll up your sleeves and start to figure out how to create results. He goes on to talk about in the article about a story of two companies. One company where they put in a diversity program. They brought a man in, the division, he was from Africa, and he headed the division for 2 years of the initiative. But as soon as the 2 years were done, they disbanded the diversity initiative, and basically they were back where they started after 2 years. Where another company looked at all aspects of diversity, where they looked at race, age, gender, their experience in the industry, and their backgrounds, and changed up teams to make everyone kind of so they could learn from each other and they could grow as a company. And that's where the solutions are, where you're going to find where a company can grow and be stronger because they'll be able to get to the solutions a lot quicker from people with different backgrounds. Josh Greenberg talks about using a survey for employees that leads to an open environment for the surveyee to voice their opinion about what they feel that needs to happen in the workplace so they can feel more comfortable, so they can learn from their fellow peers. And that's a good way to find in an open environment where it's safe for them as well. Then I read an article about diversity by Dan Schnabel. He writes for Open Forum on the American Express website that they did a survey of top executives from multiple industries where 69% of all executives believed in diversity to help grow their company, that make them stronger. Now, they do find that the solutions are very diverse, where they have to use multiple tools in different environments, sometimes in the same building, between different groups, working groups, to come to those solutions. So they do realize that it is something that they will always have to work on, and a challenge that they'll always have to overcome. But the overall goal and the solution is to make everyone feel like they're a part of the company, help people grow and feel more comfortable when they're doing their jobs. As we talked about with these disadvantages, sometimes when these are rolled out, these policies and implementations, sometimes there is more disconnect as a result because they create an environment where people feel threatened by their position or they feel uncomfortable. So that has to be taken into account of where that particular group works. Overall, we believe that diversity is something that is obviously going to be here to stay as the world becomes a lot smaller place. And we feel that using tools such as the surveys and overcoming those challenges by working with different tools is the way to go. Thank you and enjoy your day.